Okay, here we go. I'm LW, and we are about to do a latch bar workout. That latch bar workout consists of 10 sets and 3 steps in each set. So, we're going to get started right away. I have my board to make sure that I can write down every set that's completed. I'm setting my watch so I can track what I'm doing. That's very important. My clock on the wall, I can see the second hand, so I know exactly when a minute starts and when I should stop. Let's do it. Let's burn some calories. That's what it's all about. Burning up some calories and maintaining what we've done. That's right. We have to maintain our workout. We have to be consistent with our workout. So you want to work out daily if you can. You have to set a goal and be determined that you are going to reach that goal. And then you have to include the proper steps in order to achieve your goal. That means you have to continue to exercise and eat properly. We all have a problem with eating properly and the word diet. Well, diet is how you eat. Let's not make a big deal out of that. So, when you see the word diet on different type of beverages and so on, that doesn't mean it's good for you. It means that they've altered something so that it's supposed to have less calories. Calories is usually what drives your weight. But I'm not sure if they actually did that with those diet beverages, because somehow they seem to be worse for you. So here we're going with our step 2, sit-ups, 25, and then crunches, 25. Sometimes I too have to stretch because I also catch cramps, just like anyone else. So when you warm up, it's better to warm up gradually so that you can minimize catching a cramp. Usually, you'll catch a cramp from either a muscle that's not warmed up or a muscle that is overworked. So, since we're just getting started, I must figure it's the result of a muscle that is not warmed up. So we have one set complete. I will mark it. So we'll continue. Back on our feet. We're getting ready to do 60 seconds jogging in place. Now let's get back to our diet too, because our diet is very, very important. The first thing that I want to point out is what we're doing wrong. We're doing a lot wrong, but the first thing that most of us are doing is that we're plain old overeating. We're overeating. That's why we're all out of shape. We overeat and then we don't exercise. So, even if you're not used to exercising, and if you didn't exercise all your life, maybe you didn't need to before, because your metabolism, as you were a lot younger, was much faster. Forget about that now. You're much older, your metabolism has slowed down, and now you have to change. You have to include exercise in your regimen. In order to look and feel good, exercise and diet go hand in hand. So, when you sit down at the table and when you make your plate, think about what you're doing. Make a reasonable plate of food. A plate of food that isn't going to be a part of you overeating. So, a lot of you may have to cut that plate in half. And some of you maybe not so much. That is what's driving your condition. Keep that in mind. So that's your diet. If you eat 2 plates of food, you probably look like it. That's the way it is. We need to get that under control. The only way to do that, be conscientious of what you're doing on a daily basis every time you put something in your mouth. There could be consequences. So instead of eating 1.5 pounds of food, eat 1 pound. We weren't taught how to eat as Americans. You see a lot of Oriental people eat portion control. Their health factors in their countries is a lot better than here in the United States. They don't have obesity like we do. We take a plate out of the cabinet and we fill it. Often enough, we know we have taken too much food and we're unable to eat it all. But we eat more than what we should. So what we should be doing is starting off with a smaller amount. You see, like some of those other countries, they have a rice bowl, a soup bowl, and a plate for, let's say, veggies and meat. So we have to have in mind smaller portions so that you don't eat 2 and 3 pieces of meat. You know, we're only going to harm ourselves in the long run. You bulk yourself up, you make yourself what you think looks like an adult. That doesn't represent everyone, that only represents you. So you need to get control of that so that you can feel better. Because as you age, let me tell you, all that is going to come back to haunt you. Your blood pressure is going to be high. Your cholesterol is going to be high, if it's not already. Your A1C is going to be high. You'll possibly be a diabetic or a pre-diabetic. That's why we all need to get control of how we eat and what we eat. Diet pills are no good for you. Gastric bypass, lap bands, all that stuff, no good for you. You need nutritional food, and you need to control the amount that you eat, and you need to exercise. That'll solve a lot of your problems. I understand it. We need to work harder at things that make us healthy. And that doesn't mean that you really have to work. It means that you have to be conscientious. All that additional food that you eat, your body can't digest all of that food at one time. So it lingers in your body and it turns into what? Fat. So daily, you repeat the same thing. And then you don't exercise. So you overeat every meal, every day. What do you think the results or the consequences are going to be? Those results are not going to be good. If you continue with that practice, you are contributing to bad health. Lots of bad health. Whether you are young or you are older like me, we need to be conscientious of our health. Because if not, we're going to get a rude awakening And that's not what you're going to want. So let's start now. Listen to me, the OG. That's what you guys call us. That's right. Get started early, so that you don't have to deal with all the illnesses. And it can also impact your joints. Yes. Your joints don't like all of the excess weight either. And your heart, forget about it. Your heart has to work that much harder. That's right. Because when you're working out, your heart has to work harder. And it should. So you can get a good blood flow. But when you have excess weight, your heart works harder because you have excess weight. And it takes more of your energy to move your body because you do. So that means your heart is going to have to work harder. Your heart is a muscle. When your muscle is overworked, it does funny things. So you don't want your heart to be overworked. There's nothing wrong with getting your heart rate up while you're jogging and while you're working out. But if your heart rate goes up just because you were moving around because you were overweight, there is something wrong. Now, granted, your heart rate will increase every time you get up to walk, no matter who you are. But not to the point that you're about to pass out. And that's what happens over a period of time. So let's work on making sure that that doesn't happen to you. Let's start exercising and let's start controlling the amount of food that we eat. Cook less. Don't cook as much. If you're thinking about waste, don't cook as much. "25 sit-ups, 25 crunches." We're working on set number 4. Moving right along. Let's work on what you can do, not what you can't do. That word should not be in your vocabulary. Because we can do whatever we try and put our mind to doing. We all can. You count yourself out, you've done yourself an injustice before you start. Give yourself a chance. You'll be surprised on what you can do if you discipline yourself. Keep track of what you're doing. You live for yourself. You don't live for somebody else. I'm telling you. No one can tell how you feel. You're the only one that feels what you feel. And you're the only one that can do something about how you feel, what you look like. That's right. Let's get it together. I got faith in you. You need to have faith in yourself. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm an old man. That's right. I'm using the Latchbar, the LW500 Latchbar exercise system. This unit that I'm using is a $35 unit. And the rest of this is just all me. It's jogging in place. You can do it. This is not costly. You buy all these expensive machines and you just let them sit there and collect dust. That's ineffective. They're not going to contribute to your health if you don't use them, no matter what it is. You want to save up for thousands to get something that you're not going to use? That's what most of us do. This is the alternative, which is extremely effective. And just like anything else, while you exercise, you need to make sure that you diet properly. And I just reviewed a number of scenarios that we need to apply in our daily habits. And the first one is, it's called do not eat with your eyes. In other words, don't eat everything that you see, and don't fill your plate up like it's going to be your last meal. You all know what I'm talking about. I know all of this sounds familiar to all of you because we're all guilty. Maybe no one has pointed it out to you as I have done, but we're all guilty, including me. But I know what's happening, and I'm doing something about it. Just as you should or could. We want to make sure I write down everything that we do to properly account for this. Otherwise, I might leave something out. We want to account for everything that we do because you want to receive credit for what you do. All the time, you want credit. This is no different. Let's do it. 60 seconds. Jogging in place. You know, we have to have control of what we do. When you have an animal, dog or cat, more so a dog than a cat, dogs are a lot like us. They don't know when to stop eating either. So if you continue to give them something to eat, they'll continue to eat it. We give dogs, our animals, portion control so that they stay lean. That's right. That's how we treat our animals. Not all of us. Some of our animals, a lot of our animals are also obese. They need exercise and they need their meals cut just like we do. So, we give them small portions and we don't give them anything else. We have to discipline ourselves the same way, to a degree. We don't want to be treated, well, maybe some. Some of our animals are treated better than us. We treat our animal better than we treat ourselves. That's how it goes in most cases. You can't help but love them. So you do the opposite to yourself. You portion control your animal. You give them snacks from time to time. Just think if you did that to yourself, how much better you would look and also feel. How about that? And Lord have mercy. Those fast food restaurants, they just try and make it worse for you. They make things that sound good, taste real good, but has a tremendous impact on your health. By the time you finish with your fast food, you're almost about to have a cholesterol attack. The double hamburgers, the french fries, the baconators. Imagine that. A cheeseburger with onions, not just regular onions. These are regular, onions that are dipped. Now, all of this is on that burger, and we're eating it. Imagine that. Just doesn't do us any good. I'm going to repeat this step. It felt so good. We should do that from time to time. Okay. Set number 6 is now complete. Yep, those fast food restaurants, you got to be careful of those because there's a lot of preservatives in that food also. An awful lot. Those preservatives are harmful. I'm just saying, preservatives are in almost everything, but we need to be conscientious of what they're in. Let's do it, 60 seconds. Let's work on that cardio. That cardio works on that cholesterol that you get from so many different foods. So you want to do cardio. Then you also want to do ab work, because if you take a look at all of those animals that we eat, remember, they ate a lot of steroids, or they were injected with steroids. So what does that mean? It transfers to us. So don't go crazy eating a lot of meat of all types. You never know. Fish is very good for you, but they got so much stuff in the oceans, you don't know what the heck is in there either. That's like a Class A dope. And how many years have they been doing that? Who knows? Either way you look at it, be conscientious of what you eat and drink at all times. Your alcohol consumption, be careful with that. Whether it's beer or alcohol, it contributes to gaining weight. It contributes to high blood pressure and cholesterol issues. Be aware of what you're doing to yourself. It may not happen right away. These things happen over time, just like anything else, over time. And disease and everything else lives in fatty tissues. I read an article on the internet that indicated the larger your stomach is, the more prone you are to having a heart attack. Or perhaps a stroke. Wouldn't you like to avoid anything like that? I recommend exercising. I recommend curtailing your diet so that we can all lose weight efficiently and effectively. I'm sorry, people. We just can't do what we did when we were much younger. That's right. If we want to continue having a long line of life, we need to start practicing good habits. What we do, we pass it along to our children and to their children. That's right. We need to realize that's how it works. Now, I'm going to mark what I did because otherwise it's going to slip my mind and I'm going to do it again. It's okay to do it more. We just don't want to do it less. That's right. Here we go. 60 seconds, jogging in place. Now, when you're doing this at home, you can do it a lot better because you can do it all privately. You can look at your television or listen to it. You can listen to music which really motivates you. You know, you're always dancing, you know, so why not exercise? That's right. Get some benefits from what you're doing. Be aggressive, whatever it is that you're doing. Take it serious and make sure that you do not throw your workout into the garbage by overeating, by eating potato chips, lots of them. Be careful. These things will increase bad health. That's right. We're looking to promote good health. No one is immune. We can all make our health better. So here we go with set number 8. We're moving right along. Set number 8, step number 2, we're going to do sit-ups, 25. Now we're going to do 25 crunches. Set number 8. On to set number 9. Remember, you can find the Latchbar on the Shopify website and also on the Latchbar website, which is www.lw500products.net. Okay. 60 seconds, set number 9, jog in place. Jog like you mean it, not like you want to fall asleep. You want your workout to be effective, then you have to put your best into your workout. Otherwise, it's not going to be effective. Let's go. Let's burn those calories. Let's bring that cholesterol down. You can do it. All right. Okay. Let's get our floor mat back in place for step numbers 2 and 3. $25 each. Let's do it. At some point, you'll have to realize that you need to work out or that you need to lose weight. At some point in your life, you will have to face that. Very few of us have been fortunate enough and good enough to discipline ourselves so that we were not in a bad health position due to unnecessary weight gain. Some of us are like that, but very few. Even that individual that doesn't gain the weight still needs to work out, because we all need to work out. Set number 9 complete. Remember, no bacon hands. It'll do you in. Watch out for those double burgers and stuff like that. They're no good for you. 60 seconds, jogging in place. Let's do it. Never count yourself out. Put your mind to what you want to do. Set a goal. And practice it every day. You practice every day, you'll get results. No results without practice. Stick to your guidelines, you'll get results. Be serious. And be honest with yourself. And you'll be able to achieve your goal that you set. That's right. If I can do it, you can do it. If you can do it, I can do it. That's the way it works. That's the confidence that you have to have in yourself, and you'll be able to apply it. Don't be a follower, be a leader. Take your health in control. Set number 10, step 3. How about that? That's it for today's workout. You could be doing the same thing. Doesn't take much. All you need is the discipline, the motivation, and a goal. Set it up for yourself and start working on it. Even if you don't have a latch bar. But if you had a latch bar, you'd be able to do a lot of different exercise other than sit-ups and crunches. Because this is a resistance band and strap and chain attachment component. It is called the LW500 Latch Bar exercise system. And it's available on my website, which is www.lw500products.net, and also on shopify.com. Keep in mind, if you start any regimen, you also want to make sure that you're properly dieting. Because if you're not properly dieting, all the exercise in the world isn't going to change anything. So you want to make sure that you are properly dieting so that you can take full advantage of your exercise. Because otherwise, you're going to be throwing your exercise in the garbage. In other words, you'll be doing it for nothing. So let's work out and let's diet properly. Let's not overeat. Overeating is the biggest problem with obesity. Thank you all. Have a great day.